Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, Episode 5. So last time we had the... oh, by the way, just before I talk about that, I did hear that this, flashback stuff is just, the first 5 episodes or so, and then we're going to be getting back to the normal thing. So I think after this episode, we go back into normal stuff, which is cool. I mean, I've been really liking this flashback stuff, so I wouldn't have minded if it went on for, the first half of the season, but... 5 episodes works too. We got a good little taste of the past. Now I don't know if that's going to be enough to finish. I thought we were going to be flashing back all the way until we see what causes Geto to snap, but maybe it's a buildup of things, and maybe next season we'll get another 5 episodes that get us closer to that or something. But yeah, also, one thing that it's probably due to, them throwing so much information at us. I probably just didn't follow or didn't read something right in the subtitles, but I was rewatching some reactions and they were watching in the dub, and one of the things I heard them mention is that the Six Eyes and the Limitless technique are two different things, which I thought when he was saying, the kid of the Six Eyes, I thought that was just another way of talking about the Limitless technique, but I must have missed the dialogue where Geto was talking, it was Fushiguro, that said, he possesses both the Six Eyes and the Limitless technique, which hasn't been seen in centuries. So Gojo just has, this, power that even amongst the people in his clan, they don't normally... have that level of power. So I apologize for misunderstanding that. I know I talked about, I think either the last episode or the one before, I said, I don't know what the Six Eyes thing they're talking about is. It must just be another name for his power, But it's it's a whole thing. It's kind of I don't know. I was going to try to compare it to something with Naruto because of eyes, but I'm trying to think of, I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to try to compare things. It's going to take too long. But yeah, so we had Oh, another thing. The reason why Fushiguro mentioned Megumi and blessing together is because in Japanese, Megumi means blessing. I'm fairly certain anyway. I briefly heard that, and I don't know, it wasn't from any official source or anything, but it seems like that was that. I don't think there's any kind of big reveal that Fushiguro, our Megumi, has any kind of special blessing or heavenly pact or something passed down from his father, which was a whole speculation theory that I had because of him saying blessing, that's right, Megumi. I was like, wait, what? Why do you think about those two things together? But it's because that's what Megumi means. So anyway, but yeah, Fushiguro now dead. Gojo got high as fuck, got kind of dark there, willing to kill everyone. It was pretty cool seeing Geto be the one to value life more than Gojo. It seemed like Gojo was the one that could have gone more bad, but then Geto ended up doing it. So it's a really interesting dynamic. Looking forward to more. Sorry for the long rant at the beginning. Let's get started, shall we? We're gonna start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Oh, right into the opening. I gotta say, they kind of did wonders for Geto in my eyes, too. Because he seems like such an interesting character. I can't help but think of him as, the bad guy in the future. So I have a hard time, connecting more to him. But seeing how close of friends he was with Gojo, hearing about, when Fushiguro was yeah, I killed him. The way, Geto freaked out and stuff like that, there's so much expression and emotion from him that we haven't got to see before, and it's made me so much more interested in his character than just hey, this random bad guy that exists, So it's definitely a cool dynamic. It's gonna make every scene back in the present that much more interesting when it comes to Geto. Because, I mean, obviously the movie gave us the hint that Gojo and Geto used to be friends, right? I mean, not just a hint, it was pretty... I mean, it was apparent. Oh, 1 year later, okay. Hmm. Automated. Wow. That's crazy. God damn. Hand animations, man. They're going ham. Oh. Interesting. Is it because of her skill of healing they don't want to, like, risk her? The distance between them, too. It's like, it's showing, like, the... Maybe over this year, the distance that has grown between them, right? Hmm. Yeah, this is going back to the first episode. Yeah, this is the same stuff he said in the first one. Yep. Thinking about those people again. A year later, still, huh? Just thinking about the ugliness of humanity. Wow, okay. Shit. God, the transition from the shower water hitting him to the clapping. So he can't. Wow, okay. I'll talk more about that in discussion. Alright, we're starting to see it. We haven't seen this guy in the present, so... Long pause. Hi, Bara. Damn. He looks exhausted. Hey, what kind of woman is your type? This is the girl that helped, Toto. We're gonna get to know more about her? Hmm. I don't know if I got that name written down right. Yuki Tsukumoto? Sounds like sounds like a Gojo kind of thing, huh? Hmm. Interesting. So how do you stop it? Ah. Oh, so that's his. Okay. Interesting. Huh. I'm gonna go back and look at some of this stuff because I was writing things down too. But I think I got the gist of what they're saying. Hmm. Yup. I was literally about to say this is where he gets the idea. It's pretty fucked up though. It's so messed up. The clapping in the background while it's happening. Oh, but it's actually the rain. God damn the show, man. Hmm. It transitioned from the clapping to the rain. I feel like there's still something that's gonna push him over the edge. She's going off so slow, it's so funny. Alright. Dude, and they're like the two paths, kind of, it seems like. Like, the path that Geto took, Gojo takes the other path, it kind of seems like.
Uh-oh. Nanami, right? Oh, that's Haibara. Damn, dude. God, that's so crazy. Like, here I thought we weren't going to get his transition, and we most certainly did. A whole episode of seeing his reason why. Just keeps witnessing the shittiness of people. No, they didn't. Mm. The curses that are coming from their emotion. Holy shit. Is he just killing them? Oh my god. The button from his outfit. 112 residents killed. Damn. Sentenced to death. Shit, man. Hmm. I like how his hairstyle is now like the same as how he has it in the present. Just telling. He can like teleport, can he? Pretty much. What did Gojo say? Like, bring him in. She's like, no, I don't want to get killed. They're not even gonna try. Oh, he found him. Excuse me. Jesus. Oh man, the editing in this episode is just like I don't know, it's just so well done. Once again, like the distance between them. But he can't do it. And like all the people between them too, like it wasn't a straight shot for him to be able to see him. So like if he were to attack, he might have hurt other people too, but also like I don't know, I feel like there's like levels upon layers, like levels upon levels to that scene that we just witnessed. Brazenly so. Yeah. This is where he gets his goal, right? Of raising other people to be strong and smart like he is. Oh shit. Save the two kids. Oh my god! Are they from the movie? The two girls? The ones with their cell phones out and everything all the time? Damn. Many objected. The ones that, I'm guessing the ones that objected are dead. Oh! Jesus. Oh shit, this, yep. This was the sale. Hmm. Oh. He was about to tell him, too, straight up. The general idea. Because he said he looks like him. Damn. Seriously. If you ever want to know, you can ask me. Damn. Shit. Damn. He does push himself. Oh shit. All right. And we're back to the present, huh? This is the transition back. Alright, guys. Damn, that was amazing. God, the development for his character. Both characters, really. But damn! Holy shit. Like, I can't even explain how the editing carried. Like, don't get me wrong, everything about, like, what was said, like, the words that were said were amazing too. The way it was expressed, but the way it was edited to coincide with that was just so amazing. You know, it'd be hilarious. I was just watching the outro and I was watching the rain and Gojo carrying an umbrella. Technically, he doesn't need an umbrella, right? I thought it would be really funny. It's not the case, but it's kind of a clear umbrella, right? I thought it would be hilarious if the umbrella was just the wires and he's using his power as an umbrella. Wouldn't that be funny? Anyway, sorry. Yeah, so we spent a lot of this episode with Geto, you know, replaying the events over the last year from what happened with Amanai and everything, and those people who were just so willing to like clap at a girl's death. That's it, by the way. Sorry for episode 5, but yeah, we're so like just replaying those guys clapping. It's like, you know, Gojo was the impulsive one in the moment, like, should we kill them? Geto was the logical one, like, no, we shouldn't, you know? But then, after time and thinking about it, he comes to the conclusion that, you know, maybe we should. And, I mean, that's the thing, is Gojo wanted to kill them out of revenge of what happened to Amanai, right? That's not at all why Geto wants to kill them now, right? That's the big difference, is revenge is a bad thing to, like, kill for. I understand, like, I don't agree with Geto's idea, but, you know, he talked to Yuki and everything, and she kind of popped the idea into his head where he already kind of had it deep down, he just didn't want to admit it, but the idea to stop these curses that he's in this perpetual cycle of, you know, absorbing these cursed spirits, you know, that whole cycle that he keeps repeating and eating them to absorb them and everything, you know, and how disgusting it tastes and all that. So it's like, and the whole reason he was doing it was to protect these people who, obviously, some of them are good, a lot of, maybe the majority of them are good, right? But the thing is when someone makes a negative impact on your life in any way, it's so much more impactful than the positive ones, right? Like, it eats away at you so much more. Like, the balance between, like, the good things that happen and the bad things that happen, you think about the bad things way more and you dwell on them way more, you know? So, you know, these one bad seed, even if it was one bad seed for every 50 people that he meets, it's enough to, over time, taint his opinion of people in general, which led him down this path of, you know, well, in order to stop curses, which if there's no curses, I no longer have to do this absorbing thing. Well, also, sorry, the whole point I was making was his reason for being a sorcerer in the first place was to help people, right? That's what sorcerers do, is they save people from these curses. Obviously, majority of sorcerers, some do need help, but majority of sorcerers can fend for themselves, right? So his job isn't to save his kind of people, right?
his job is to save these other kind of people, which how he started thinking about it. And I think a lot of sorcerers just think of themselves as just normal humans like everyone else too, but he thought of themselves as different. He's like, there's the sorcerers and then there's the humans, right? Or in his terms, he ends up calling them monkeys, right? But so like, obviously he slowly starts to hate them, comes to the conclusion of like, oh, how do we stop curses from Yuki? He gets that in his mind, and he's like, oh, kill all non-sorcerers, and anyone he likes, it seems like he converts into sorcerers, right? It's kind of like what Yuki said is, if you keep killing them out of necessity for survival, they will all turn into sorcerers, right? And the ones that don't will be killed, and eventually you will have a world of only sorcerers, which can control their powers, which means no more curses, which means no more cycle of absorbing and, eating shit-stained rags, So, but yeah, the way they edited this episode with the rain, the shower, with the mixing with the clapping audio and in different points, like, obviously there was that one thing that Yuki said that like faded away, the clapping. What was her two, by the way? I wanted to go back. One was to teach every human to suppress their power, which is obviously, I think, very unrealistic, right? It'd be hard to teach every single human in the world to teach. Let's see here. Leaking from humans. Okay, so two ways, right? Oh shit, I missed the first one. Hold on. The first one's the key one. Sorry. Okay. Now this means there are two ways to create a world where cursed spirits aren't born. One, eliminate cursed energy from mankind. Okay. So one is what she thought was feasible, right? Which is through the heavenly pact thing she talked about, having a heavenly pact like Fushiguro, which we actually learned his name is Toji Zenin. So, is Fushiguro the name of his, like, the girl he married? Did he take that name because he didn't like the Zenin name? Right? I don't know. I can't think of the sister's name now. He just talked about her this episode, but Megami's sister, her mom, right? Was that the Fushiguro? Is that where they got that name from? Anyway, Toji Zenin seems to be his actual name. So, interesting. But he had a heavenly pact, so he did have cursed energy, being born into the Zenin clan. He wasn't like Maki, who didn't have it and then got a heavenly pact. It seems like he had cursed energy, but chose instead to get the heavenly pact, which reduces to almost none, right? I think that's the case. I guess he also doesn't need glasses to see cursed spirits, right? So that maybe that proves that he does have that ability where Maki can't see them at all. So I didn't even think about that difference, right? So anyway, but yeah, so her method was, if you can get every human to have one of these heavenly pacts, then it would reduce the amount of cursed energy that's leaking from them to almost nothing, which would probably make curses either non-existent or very, very rare to form. But yeah, and then the second was to teach every person how to control it, right? But if you taught every person how to control it, would that technically be turning everyone into sorcerers? I mean, I guess if you taught everyone how to suppress it, it doesn't mean they'll learn how to weaponize it, right? But yeah, definitely a very interesting conversation, a crazy episode, seeing how that all affected him, and I guess the final straw was Haibara dying to this strong curse, and he started thinking, like, these curses, like, the curses stem from mankind, right? Mankind, so he kind of blamed mankind for the curse being born that killed one of his friends, right? And he said, like, the bodies of my comrades are gonna keep stacking up and everything. So, damn. Also, the cursed spirit that popped up was so powerful that it seems like Nanami managed to get away alive. Haibara didn't, and then they sent Gojo to take care of it because of how strong he is, I guess. Seems to be how that situation unfolded. Also, jumping back to the beginning of the episode before we talk more about this, we had Gojo talking about how he automated his technique, which is pretty wild, right? Like the fact that it reminds me a lot of Killua from Hunter x Hunter, who was able to program like different movements to like automatically react to an enemy's like intention to attack him. It reminds me of something like that, where Gojo was able to automate his power to like not always put up a field that blocks things, but put up a field to block things when something is approaching, which is crazy that he can do that. But also he did it by like the shape and the power behind it, and like the speed, the shape, like a bunch of different factors to tell whether what is coming at him is going to be something that can harm him, right? So that way so in the present, things can still touch him, right? Um, it's just if they're not like harmed, like an eraser was thrown at him and it bounced off him, kind of thing, because it didn't deem it to be harmful. But a pencil, which thrown with enough speed, could potentially be harmful. It could poke you, so it stopped the pencil. Very, very interesting. But yeah, I mean, just seeing this divide, seeing this change in Ghetto, it's like, I get it. I understand. It's definitely a trope we've seen before, where it's like, oh, like all these people are the problem, like, and he sees it that way. Like, I'm trying to think of other shows that we've had that kind of thing, but like eradicating an entire species just to fix this kind of problem. But also, I mean, he saved those two kids. Like, those two kids were in a shitty environment. He took them in. I imagine he teaches them to be sorcerers, so that way he doesn't have to kill them, right? He even killed his own parents. Like, I'm guessing he's giving, like, is he giving these people the option to, like, learn how to control their cursed energy before he kills them? Or is he just killing, like, anyone that he doesn't quite care about? I don't know. Like, did he try and let his parents live by saying, like, hey, you just need to learn how to use this power? And they were like, no, we don't want to. And he was like, okay, you're dead. Like, I don't know. But props to Geto for not being the type of villain where it's like, oh no, the people I care about get to live, regardless of whether they're just normal humans. But all these other people have to die. It's crazy that one of the first, not the first one, but one of the first acts he did was to kill his own parents, and that's like, you don't come back from that. So freaking wild, man. This episode, I can't get over how insane it was. But then we looped all the way back to a little bit more of a scene. We didn't get to see all of that, I don't think. We got to see some of it with Megumi and everything, and Gojo confronting him. But Megumi just being like, oh, I don't care where he is or whatnot. Like, Gojo was about to tell him. I talked about this when, it must have been a last episode where I was like, shit, Gojo just killed Megumi's dad. Like, if Megumi ever finds out, But he didn't want to know, and Gojo even was about to tell him, and then said, if you ever want to know, let me know, and I'll tell you. It's pretty interesting. So, I mean, I'm curious, like, Megumi seems to be a very logical person. So, like, if he learned, because I was worried he was going to learn that, Gojo was the one that killed his dad, right? And even though he hates his dad, that's got to instill kind of emotions in you that your teacher is the one that killed your father, right? There's got to be something there. But now that scene happened, it makes me wonder, granted he's a first grader, so maybe, Megumi does still have some merits to be angry at Gojo, right, for what Gojo did. But at the same time, I think Megumi might be able to see the logic in, like, oh, you tried to tell me and I dismissed you, right? Like, I should have let you tell me back then, so then I wouldn't have these feelings now. I feel like he could, like, rationalize his own feelings in that way, right? But we'll have to see what happens, Obviously, that's built up to be something that he finds out eventually, so. But yeah, definitely adds another dynamic to that story where it felt like Gojo kind of manipulated him a little bit by not telling him, but he tried to. So, obviously, he's an adult that could have, not to I almost like worded that very poorly. I almost said like use force, but like sometimes you have to tell a kid like what they need to know despite them saying they don't want to know, right? Like it's not like a first grader has his own best judgments in mind and can make the best decision. That's why they're kids and not adults and don't like live on their own and stuff yet. And stuff like that is because you're a kid. So maybe he should have been more adamant about telling him, but it is what it is. So he also wasn't in a place like he just met the kid, so it's like he also probably didn't feel like he was in a place to, express that. But anyway, very cool episode with so much happened, man. It's insane. I could probably ramble on more, but I think that will be it for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this reaction. There will be more to talk about on this topic between, Geto and Gojo and all these different things we've learned over the last 5 episodes. So yeah, thank you guys. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Check out my Patreon if you want to see more. 2 episodes ahead, all that good stuff. Check it out. Links in the description below. Should be popping up on the screen. Discord, Twitter, all that stuff is down there too. Thank you guys, and I will see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye.